Hello there and welcome to the Spot right on VOP Television. Talk about the Voice of People TV. My name is Kizzy K. You're welcome to another great day. It's a Tuesday and I'm happy to be back on your TV screen. Let's start with the local news where I've got this ahead of the 23-24 Nigerian Premier Football League. Akwa United Football Club has begun their pre-season training program in Oyo. 20 players took part in the first training session, which was supervised by Coach F. Moses, assisted by Coach Umar Abdullahi and Coach Edward Edemekong at the Oyo Township Stadium. The players were taken through some fitness drills aimed at conditioning their muscular strength and cardiovascular endurance ahead of the new season. Other first-team players and technical staff are expected in camp later this week. The promise keepers hope to continue their training at the same venue throughout the week. Fatai Osho is expected to be named new head coach of the former Nigerian Premier League champions. I'm talking about Akwa United. And away from that story, but I'm happy they already started training because we know how the MPFL season will be highly competitive come next season. Now, Victor Osimhen has won the Best African International Player prize at the Ghana Football Award. Osimhen beat Mohamed Salah, Riyad Mahrez, Yassine Bono to the award. This is the first time Osimhen will be winning the award. The 24-year-old had a remarkable 2022-23 season, winning the Scudetto with the champions. Talk about Napoli. Napoli now very happy to have Victor Osimhen. But you need to know the Nigerian international was the top scorer in the Serie A with 26 goals and also named best striker in the top flight. The striker has been linked to the big money move this summer with the likes of Chelsea, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain reportedly interested in his service. Okay, I've got this one that doesn't sound to be a very good news, a very bad one, yes to say. Former Golden Eaglets star and FC Copenhagen of Denmark forward Amoo has been sentenced to 1 year in prison for sexual assault. In a tweet by former BBC World report S3xual, Amoo was sentenced by a Danish court on Friday, June 23, 2023. However, he stated that Amoo will appear in court again after the court has made the decision. Obajuwona posted in a statement by Danish paper Ex-eaglets, who disclosed the outcome of Friday's trial. This is the outcome of the trial, which has been going on for most of June, where a top player in the Danish football has been charged with rape and a sexual relationship other than intercourse, as well as attempted rape and violation of 2 more women. It happens after he was found guilty of all 3 charges in the Copenhagen District Court by descending magistrate on Friday afternoon, and it was shaking man who received his sentence as he stood there in the middle of the room and listened to the outcome. An unconditional prison sentence for 1 year. In the same case, the name ban is the case also extended because the defense and the convicted appeal that the verdict of the spot. Now, according to report, protested against the continued name ban, but the court did not accept it. It's now known whether the appeal will go to court. Danish authorities had first brought forward criminal charges against Amoo in April 2022 and then again in July and August 2022. The 21-year-old was then arrested on September 10, 2022 before being released on bail on October 7. Amoo was part of the Golden Eaglets squad that finished fourth at the 2019 Under-17 World Cup. Also, he featured at the Under-17 World Cup where the Eaglets got knocked out in the round of 16. This is not a good news. This does not sound well, because if you listen to me well and you watch me talk about this guy, you would know this Amoo has done wrong. I can't call me Amoo, that's the name. I don't really feel happy talking about this. But, you know, regardless, whichever way cuts to the mouth that we have to bring it to you, you know, via the media platform. But I don't think this is right for us to say. Now, Copenhagen, if you talk about the Danish side, there's the Copenhagen, there's the Midtjylland, Odense, wonderful clubs they got. But this man who has done this bad, you know what's funny about this? He's been given a 6-year ban. He can't enter Denmark after he's been deported. But he's not just going to be deported. He's going to face trial. He's going to be judged. He's going to be, you know, for what he's done for himself and what he has done over this saga. This doesn't sound to be good. It's not the first time, like you heard me say, back in 2002, it happened again. And now, oh, sorry, I beg your pardon, 2022, right, about Amoo. And again, this time around. So he's been facing a whole lot of charges, criminal charges, but right now, assault, attempted rape, it's big, you know. So it's a very bad one for a Nigerian guy to go outside there. Amoo, I can't call me that's the name, to do something of this nature. So I think he has lost it. He has lost it really well. This doesn't sound to be a good one, but it's just what it is. Let's move away from that story and just jump into the world of still talking about football, but local news. Players getting involved. According to reports in Italy, the Galleros are prepared to sign Kelechi Iheanacho and his teammate Patson Daka this summer. Roma General Manager Thiago Pinto flew to London on Monday to conduct the transfer business. Pinto could meet with Leicester representatives to discuss the availability of both Kelechi Iheanacho and Daka. Iheanacho and Daka are looking to move away from the English club after they were relegated to the Championship last season. Roma have already made preliminary inquiries but are monitoring several other profiles as they continue to seek attracting enforcement to their side. Turkish outfit also Besiktas, and a number of Premier League clubs are also reportedly interested in signing the Nigerian international. That's for Kelechi Iheanacho and Daka also. Now, away from that, this feels to be like a case study for me. More of the time, in recent days, recently, we Nigerians have been craving to see, I've been wanting to see that Jose Peseiro leave the national team. People don't want to see him stay anymore. A whole lot of people feel like he lacks tactical, technicality, abilities to change the game. We've not seen a phenomenal reaction from this, Portuguese international. But I got this one on the show, coming from the left fullback, former Nigerian international player, ex-Super Eagles star, Ifeanyi Udeze, who also, does a radio job as well, with our sister station as well. But Ifeanyi Udeze has said, NFF President Ibrahim Gusau is afraid to decide on the fate of Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro. Speaking on the special guest and the world exclusive interview organized by Reports, that was on Thursday, Gusau disclosed that the NFF would conduct an opinion poll where fans will decide whether Peseiro should remain as a Super Eagles coach or go. Actually, we have the plans to put it in front of Nigerians to hear their views because we try to foreign and local coaches and it seems we are having some kind of problem. Gusau said, maybe we did not get it right with the right person. We are surely going to push it to the public to hear their views on whether we should continue with Peseiro or he should go. Reacting to the opinion poll being considered by NFF, Udeze Ifeanyi urged Gusau to be the one to take the decision and not football fans. It's not supposed to be like that for the NFF president to say fans should decide whether Peseiro should go or stay because his contract will expire in June 30th. Udeze also told reports that, for me, the NFF president is afraid to take that decision. He's afraid to take the decision whether the coach should go or stay. He should take the decision on whether Peseiro should remain as Super Eagles coach. Udeze backed the Portuguese tactical man to remain, and he said, I think for me, he has qualified us for the AFCON, so we should retain him. So Udeze is being optimistic that yes, Peseiro should stay back with the Nigerian national team. He took us there, and I don't want us to make a second mistake. The first time we had this mistake, I don't know, let's say if Peseiro should go or not, it's on the NFF. I want to agree on one part of the story that says the president can take the decision, or he should take the decision, not about us on the media firm or the fans to make the decision if Peseiro should stay. I want to believe the NFF president knows what he wants for himself. I want to also believe he knows if Peseiro is doing it right or not, regardless. But the last time we had this was at the AFCON, the last AFCON being hosted in Cameroon, where Ghana took us there, and Ghana was fired. And Austin Eguava came. We had a very, very wonderful play in the first stage, but later on it got to, we left the tournament. So I don't know if this might be happening or if this is going to be a slap on our face again if we let Peseiro leave now that he has qualified us, or we should get a new manager. Now, so many managers have been on the verge of coming in, the likes of, talk about S3xual, Makachi, JJ Okocha, even though I understand these ones are not full managers apart from S3xual, who has gone through the phase of coaching jobs. And also, there's a Finidi George and Amonike, but if I want to advise Finidi George, I will have to say he should stay back with the aim beside, get focused, and don't leave that side. But away from that news, let's talk about tennis. I don't know if time will be a day, or if that will be a day if I'll come on air to talk about sports without referencing the Saudi. It's not my fault I have to bring this to you because the Nigerians, a legend of the tennis world, has welcomed Saudi Arabia's interest in tennis as official guys have considered taking up the tennis world to buy out the tennis firm. So the Saudi guys are really, really keen on maybe getting to buy everything away from the tennis. Now, the Australian player indicated that he was keen for tennis to follow golf's venture into Saudi investment and reap the association's financial rewards. Finally, they see the value, Greekos said on the Twitter handle, with added money, bags, MOJs. We are going to get paid what we deserve to get paid. Sign me up. The ATP website lists Greekos' career earning as more than $12 million Tennis is the latest sport to be linked to potential Saudi takeover, raising more questions about the influence of global sports of a country known for widespread human rights abuses. Greekos has been making few appearances on tour since injuring his knee during a recreative exhibition match in Saudi Arabia in December. He lost his purported comeback with match in Stuttgart, putting him Wimbledon chances in doubt. ATP chair Andrea Gondesi recently confirmed positive discussion had been taking place with potential investors, including the PIF, after his win at the Queen's Club on Monday. World men's #1 Alcaraz said he had no doubt he will be playing a tournament in Saudi at some point. Now the next generation tournament featuring the top 8 men's player who is 21 and under is due to move from Milan to Saudi Arabia for the next 5 years under a new deal. But tennis Australian chief Greg Talley is confident tennis won't face the threat of polarizing breakaway group like LRV Golf. LRV Golf, every time LRV Golf we say LRV Golf has come to do this and that. But the question is, what do you make about the Saudi guys? How well would you say these Saudi guys have done, in investment in sports generally? I think for me, I would say this is a project, and the project is really, coming to reality. Nigerians also have come to say, sign me up, I'm ready to go. We play for the money, right? I don't mind leaving anytime soon. So we just might be saying that come to reality that the Saudi guys, if they don't buy tennis generally, I think they are going to buy a part of tennis. And maybe there might be a separation, and that's why the Europeans are not really cool seeing the Saudi guys make this possible. Nigerians have come to say, I'm up for the game. Carlos Alcaraz said, one day I know I would play in the Saudi side. So the Saudi guys have come to say, we want to make sure that we get to have, every sport. In golf, there's an LRV Golf. In tennis now, maybe they'll have a name for that. In the world of football, you can see many players making a move away from their club side, just going to the Saudi side, regardless of their age. So now, in the world of tennis, the reverse might be the case, where Nick Kyrgios, a big guy who is an Australian international, might just be making that move away, from the world of from tennis to tennis, but maybe the world of Saudi guys taking over. But talk about Formula 1 now. 7-time Formula 1 champion Lewis Hamilton has agreed with FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem, who has recently said that the aim of the 2026 regulation should be to make the cars lighter. The Mercedes driver has explained that the size of the cars right now can make it a bit tight for overtaking. The street of Monaco come to mind. But Lewis Hamilton states that the weight of the cars has gone too far. Red Bull driver Sergio Perez also agreed with Hamilton's view, saying that he would welcome a lighter car, although he does not say that the main issue for him is the size of the car, which is similar to Fernando Alonso's view, the Mexican driver commented. So that's for Formula 1. But away from that, lastly, wrapping up the show, let's talk about football now. A whole lot of players on the news now. You talk about football. I got this. First man on the news is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He said he don't know what happened. He don't know what happened to, talking about Paolo Maldini. And Zlatan was a former player for AC Milan. Paolo Maldini has been restricted. It's off now. There's no Paolo Maldini at the moment. You can't talk about Paolo Maldini at AC Milan. He's no more with the club. And as it stands now, we just have to say, a different ball, a different game right now, because Paolo Maldini is no more with the club, and Zlatan is saying, I don't know what happened with Maldini. Maldini kids are actually amazing. When you talk about them, they are very, very good. But about their father now, Zlatan, former AC Milan striker, said he is still in the dark over Paolo Maldini's sacking. It was Maldini who brought Zlatan to the club back from, LA Galaxy, that was in Los Angeles, and also he won the Scudetto with the club. But I understand Maldini was sacked as a technical director at the end of the season, and Ibrahimovic, who had since retired, said, Maldini, I have a good relationship with him. We played against each other, and I'm sorry we weren't together in the team, but we worked together. We won then everything. So he won the Scudetto with Maldini, but now there's no Maldini. But away from that story, we talk about transfer news. Still very much on Kylian Mbappe on the verge of maybe leaving Paris Saint-Germain to where it should be Real Madrid. That's the only club that came and maybe on the mind of this guy. But you need to know Kylian Mbappe might believe it, and Paris Saint-Germain has given a warning to Mbappe's mom, who happens to be the agent, saying Mbappe can go if he wants to go. PSG have informed Kylian Mbappe they are prepared to sell the player this summer According to reports, in Paris Saint-Germain management have ruled out allowing Mbappe to run down his contract after he informed the club about his leaving, and his letter he would not be triggering the 12 months option in his contract. Mbappe is now contracted to Paris Saint-Germain until 2024. PSG have decided to sell the striker in the coming months and informed that his agent Amoo that they want a quick decision from her son about the decision. So some clubs are keen on this guy. Chelsea on the verge of signing him, Man City also, Manchester United. But if you look at very well and ask Kylian Mbappe 100 times, I'm so sure he's going to let you know he wants to move to Real Madrid. But it's going to be about time, because for me, I think that it's done. But wrapping up the show because of time frame, let's get onto this one now. The last one I've got for you, LK Gundogan, the man who is a German international, have now finally made a move to Barcelona. Officially, it's done. And he said something. He said, Barcelona need me, but Pep Guardiola wanted me to stay with him, so we'll go away from the club together. But that's no story anymore, because LK Gundogan will play in a club where he understands well. He'll be reuniting with his former player, talk about Robert Lewandowski. Now, new Barcelona signing LK Gundogan has revealed that Man City boss Pep Guardiola hoped they would leave the club together. Gundogan also departed City in the transfer window after winning the treble, signing a 2-year deal that could go for another year in Barcelona. While the German also wanted to remain at City, they only made him an offer to stay for another year. While the German also said, yes, I need to make the move, only for him to go. But he has come to say that Pep Guardiola wanted me to stay with him at the club, and right now there's no LK Gundogan. But what about Pep? He has made a wonderful replacement, getting in Maciej Kovacic to stay at the club, and I'm not surprised getting the likes of, maybe Hakimi Ashraf, and also talk about Josko Gvardiol of RB Leipzig. So LK Gundogan said Pep wanted us to leave Man City together, but that's history, and that's a talk for another day. Let's wrap up the show now, and this is where I have to call it in the show and end, because this is all I can give to you because of time frame. But don't worry, I'll come back again for you on your TV screen right here to give you all the update, as this is on me to update you. Good morning once again. For now, bye-bye.